Hello. Hi everyone. Kwa majina kamili naitwa Wanjiru Kimani. Hiyo ni kusema in short, my name is Shiro. And I am excited to be here. It's an amazing experience to get to share with you guys and talk out mambo ambayo haiongelelewagi sana hii Kenya, kwa sababu ni muhimu sana kuongelelea haya maneno. Tutaanza kwa maneno ambayo tunaita menstruation.
Wool up, just wool up.
Hii kitu ni nini? Umesikia watu huko nje wakiongelelea, lakini hizi ni vitu za aibu ambazo haziongelelewagi na watu. So we're going to talk about menstruation. So I'm going to talk about the first time mgeni alibisha hodi na sikumkaribisha. Hakuleta kitu. Sasa wewe unakuja kwa wenyewe, hujaleta hata unga ya ugali ama maziwa, na unataka tu kukuja na hata kubishi hodi. That is manners. Anyway, so the first time I got my menses, I was in class 7. It was over the long halls, December. Sasa mimi ni mtoto wa Gishagi. I am a village girl. Na tukikuja huku Nairobi, tunakuja kwa watu ambao wameshanuka. And as we village people are the people that you'd consider watu wenye watu wanasemanga ni washamba. They don't know what happens in the city. They don't know about these things. There's such a trauma, and I wouldn't just call it a trauma. There's such a shame when you talk about these things, especially menstruation in the villages, in the rural areas. It's way different, definitely, in the urban settings, because I mean, there are all these big advertisements and big people talking about these things. But huko Geshagi, ukiambia mtu ati unafanya nini? Kwanza ukiambia mumama uko na hiyo kitu imeanza sasa, anakuambia sasa Wanjiru uache kulala na vijana. Usijaribu, sasa ujue mtoto ataingia hapo express bila kubisha hodi. I mean, they really don't explain to you what this thing is and the fact and what you should do as a woman. They don't even care to know your emotional state at that period that you experience in these things. So ultimately, I feel that it's very important that we actually have these conversations around menstrual health and menstruation. So kama nilivyosema, nilikuwa nasomea boarding school, and one thing that I really appreciate the school that I went to, our teachers were very intentional in teaching us what you should do at that time. So mi nilikuwa na prior knowledge of what I should do. We'd go for this like ladies meetings, and then there was wacha niseme meetings za wasichana na meetings za wavulana. So in our meetings za wasichana tulikuwa tunafunzwa about menstruation, when you should start your menstruation, and what you should do about your menstruation. So definitely I knew by then when my menses start, what I need are pads and just to keep clean and whatever. But the first time my menses started, I thought it was my tummy that was aching. Nimeenda huko Muhahe, nimekula ma sausage za mtama, ma chips mwitu, mayai boilo. Sasa what do you expect when you eat mayai boilo and chips mwitu? Alafu ukoroge na ile kitu ambayo tunaitaga chapati na mandondo. What do you expect? Your stomach will start degenerating itself. I thought by the way, something I've eaten. Hey, so I'm there, I'm rolling on the floor. And then, I don't know, it's such an uncomfortable feeling at first, because you don't know what this thing is, and you don't even know what to do to stop this thing, because it's so annoying. You just want it to stop. I remember I was rolling on the floor, and the floor was cold. The floor yetu ilikuwa ile red oxide. So I'm rolling on the floor and I'm holding my tummy and I'm telling my aunt my tummy is aching, but yako like, hey Wanjiru, wacha kutuchezea. Hapa tunajua ni uzembe tu uko nayo, utaki kufanya kazi. And that's why you're pretending. And I remember, I think after some time, after 30 minutes, I think I went to the loo. But then there's something about menstruation. I don't know whether it's for everyone, but when you're menstruating, you normally feel that urge of going to the loo. And then you go to and especially for a long haul, you go to the loo and then nothing comes out. So it's just that contraction contraction of your muscles that makes you feel like that. So I go to the loo and I actually find droplets of blood. So I'm like, this guy has come. So I think I borrowed pads from my sister. And since then, at least I knew what was going on. But then, because I was in a boarding school and I was going back to Shags, now going back to Shags and going back to school now became an issue of, I can't say my menses have started, because I was living with an uncle of mine, and he was married, but I wasn't so close with anyone. There's no one I felt like I could tell about this thing. So it was so when we were going to school, tulikuwa tunaambiwa tuandike shopping list, alafu aende abai. So tuandika shopping list, mimi nakosa kuandika I need pads because of the shame. I'm like, how do I tell him my periods have started? So I'd go to school without pads, and then my menses would start at school and I'd cry because I don't know what to do. Sasa nitachuna majani niekelea, but itafanya nini? Hii Kenya. It was just a difficult time. So I remember I really used to cry when it used to be the most difficult time of my class 8, because now when I was in school I was in class 8 to have those menses. But along the way you learn to cope, and you just learn how to manage yourself and your emotions and your situation. And this thing, it's a visitor that will knock on your door every month. So it's something that you learn to live with it. And you also learn to deal with your emotions around it, how you feel about it, how other people perceive you, especially in that moment. Because I believe that how you carry yourself in that moment will affect so much how other people are able to relate with you. If you're feeling moody and you throw words at people, they will definitely reciprocate. Uko kwa kibanda ama uko kwa restaurant, una enjoy vyakula vya Kenya, ama umeenda supermarket, ama umeenda kuchill na mabeshte zako, and then all of a sudden somebody taps your back and they're like, sis, man, I think there's something happening with you. There's a stain, and it's not the pretty colors. There's a stain, you've messed your clothes. So what do you do? What? But me nikiangalia scenario kama hiyo ni scenario tricky, because one, if you're a person who's very self-aware, utakuwa like, whoa, like all the places you've gone, everyone has been noticing this stain. So kila mtu amekuwa akiongea wanakupoint on cheki yule dem. So there's always that trauma, there's that unataka utafeel ashamed, because enyewe niaje mse anakutapa na kuambia uko na stain, kwani huwezi jiambia? So first of all, sis, relax kwanza. Sawa? Umerelax sasa? Ukisha umerelax? Haya. The second thing is, usipanic at all. Don't panic. You're not the first one to get these things. And let me tell you, every woman gets these things. So don't feel any shame about it. Don't feel any... But then hata sisi wenye tumekuwa nayo for like 5 or 6 years, people still tap us and tell us, yo, kidogo, story ni tricky. So don't at all panic. Don't at all panic. Sawa? Aya. So the other thing. So tuanze kwa intervention. So umeambiwa uko na stain. Tumesema kwanza usipanic. Ndio, uko sawa? You're okay. Don't panic at all. It's okay. It's okay to feel like you want to cry, but don't actually cry. You know why? You're not the only one going through this, boo. You're not the only one. And it's okay. It's okay to go through these things. It's very much okay. You're a woman. If you are a man, we'd expect you not to go through these things. Because you were born a woman, embrace it. Embrace it as your strength. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Whether you're with a dude you really like, and you're feeling like ashamed because no, imagine, don't feel like that, okay? So first of all, we've dealt with the doubt and the self-esteem and everything else. So it's out of the way. So second, uko na sweta karibu na wewe, uko na leso, unajua kuna ama tule to scarves, ama umejifunga kitu kwa kichwa, or anything. Do you have anything you can use to cover yourself? You can use to cover the patch. Do you have anything? And even at times, you can ask your friend. If you're with somebody, if you're with a friend, just ask them for their jacket or something and then tie it around your waist. Sawa? So if none of those scenarios are there, also, if there are women around you, you can also ask for help. Sawa, usifikiria ni kama uko peke yako. You can ask for help around for you to cover, or rather even hata by the way unaweza ona mtu akiuza leso hapo, na leso probably ni 50 bob ni 50 bob, ama scarf unaweza buy tu ujifunge. So after umebuy na umejifunga, enda kwa loo. Ukishaenda kwa loo, one, ukiona umestay ni juu, like there is so much blood that has been produced such that it has passed through all your clothes and whatever. So first of all, wipe yourself. First of all, ask yourself, are you in a place to get a pad? If you're not in a position to get a pad, go wipe yourself first. Make sure you're comfortable, then dash to a shop and buy pads. If you're with somebody who you trust, call them and ask them to bring you pads. Okay? If you also see women around you who you feel are approachable, by the way, these people, most women carry pads around, especially when they are around their time. So unaweza uliza mse, by the way, ikitu imeanza na mimi sijui ni handulaje, unaweza kuwa na pad. And let me tell you, because these people also go through the same things that you go through, mtu atakuwa willing kukupea. Kama uko home pia, by the way, just go have first of all, go take a hot shower. After you've gone and taken a hot shower, get a pad. If you're in a position to actually call somebody and ask them to bring you pads, please do. If you also have your mom, your relatives that you're close to, that you feel you'd comfortably talk to them about it, sawa? So I hope hiyo ni kitu imekuhelp, but bottom line ni get a pad, cause hata ukiweka tissue as many times as you want, hiyo tissue itapass blood bado. So tissue can't be the only option. Tissue ni short term. So long term ni lazima ubuy pad ama lazima uget pad. Kama huna do, omba pad. Sawa? Ni either uombe pad ama just get something inaweza kunini at that moment. Sawa? I hope melan kitu, na I hope utakuwa so shocked iki happen, especially if you're in class 6, class 7 and above, utakuwa so shocked iki happen. So till next time, bye bye.